What's going on, people? Welcome back to Nesta TV. And today we're going to be talking about replacements for Bellerin. Which player should replace Bellerin? And if it's one thing that I'm sure that all the Arsenal fans, or majority of the Arsenal fans, are together on, is getting Bellerin out the team. And we all can agree that Bellerin haven't been the player that he used to be. When he was fast, he had his pace. He used to be one that get in behind, but his crossing wasn't good. I don't feel like it's even that good right now. He do play some nice passes across, but if you giving you proper crosses, he don't really give it that. His pace made up for a lot of his mistakes and his defensive awareness. Because he didn't have that much, but he had the pace. Whenever he got caught out, he had the pace to pretty much make up for his mistakes. So Bellerin is just not the guy for us right now. I feel like if we get the proper right back in to match with what we have on the left side in Tierney, I feel like we'll be making moves, and I feel like our squad can become even better. How much can we get for Bellerin right now? There's talks of him being linked with Barcelona. I would say maybe 20 mil. We'll be lucky if we get 25 mil for Bellerin. I think he's only 25 years old, but I feel like if we get 25 mil for him, 25 mil, take it. Even if we was to get 15 mil for him, I would still take it. It's gonna be a profit still, because we didn't pay that much for him when he came in from the Barcelona academy. I don't remember how much we paid for him, but it wasn't anything. If we paid anything for him, it probably wasn't that much. So we're gonna get into the video now and figure out who's the replacement. So my number one replacement for him would be Tariq Lamptey. He's 20 years old, 5 feet 5 inches tall, so that's to show he's very short. Whoever's seen him play before, he's very short, but his attacking game make up for his height. He is very well rounded attacking wise. His speed, his crossing, his work rate. That's some of the things that I really like about him when I watch him play. He's a very determined player. So a lot of people say his defensive game is his weakness, but I think they only set up because of his height. But for me, he is just that player that if you get past him, because he's so quick and determined, he's going to get back to you and he's going to do his best to win the ball. And that's what I like about him. With his size and his height, he's not going to win much aerial duels. With going up to win a ball with the header, maybe he can jump to put the player off. But when he headers over these other top Premier League players, not really going to happen much. But anything on the ground, you can be confident that defensively he's going to get stuck in and he's going to attack. He do a lot of dribbling, playing for Brighton and stuff. So I feel like if he was to come into Arsenal, it would be less dribbling, more about his movement and getting in behind and getting crosses in for us, which I feel like can benefit us so much. My only issue I would have with Lamptey is his injury record. He only played 22 first team games so far in his career. As I said, he's 20 years old. 22 games so far. He played a few for Chelsea. Then in January 2020 he moved on to Brighton, and he's played a few games. I think he played maybe 13 games or so, maybe 18, whatever games he played for Brighton so far this season. And he's been doing well, but he's just been very injury prone. He been out since December 20th with a hamstring injury, and hamstring injury normally lasts like about 3 weeks. But no, he's still out and we're in March. So, with that injury record, it seems like he have a bad hamstring already, being out for almost 3 months. Do we want that at Arsenal? I don't really think so. With our injury record we normally have, I don't feel like this is something I would want to add, because he is young, but will he recover from it? I'm not sure. But is he a good player? Definitely. Would I like to have him at Arsenal? Yeah, but with the injuries, no, if that makes sense. But I feel like he would still be a good replacement for Bellerin if he was to get past his injuries, and a fully fit Lamptey in Arsenal squad, probably on the right back behind Saka. That would be dangerous going forward. So I would like to have him. I think it would be a great replacement for Bellerin. How much we can get for him? The thing about him now with his price is that when Brighton bought him from Chelsea, I'm hearing that Chelsea installed sell-on clause in his contract. So now anytime Brighton sell him, a certain percentage gotta go to Chelsea. So they gotta make sure they get a good amount of money for him, so that when they sell him, Chelsea get their cut, and whatever is left for them, they have a good amount left. So I'm thinking that they will probably try to sell him for 30 mil. Would I want to spend 30 mil on him? Somebody that's not that experienced? It's a tough one. You know, Saka wasn't experienced, but Saka came in and did so good. But he's an attacking player. Defensively, when you have Sterling running at you and all these top players, so far he looked like he hold his own. But 30 mil for Lamptey, if you're a big club, you're ambitious, you probably would make that deal. But you guys can let me know what you think about it. Would you spend 30 mil on Lamptey? For me, I would like to spend maybe 20, 25 mil tops on him. Probably no more. But that's just my opinion. But people, that's my first one on the list, Tariq Lamptey. The second one I have on the list is Matty Cash for Aston Villa. Very good right back. Well-rounded player. Defensively very good. Attacking wise, he's very good. You know, Matty Cash is 23 years old. He's 6 feet 1 inch tall. So that means he's a good size for a right back. And especially with that speed and that height, you know, he can cause a lot of trouble on the right side, defensively and attacking wise. He played 4 seasons for Nottingham Forest in the Championship. He only just joined Aston Villa this season. He played 4 seasons in the Championship. They say the Championship is a more intense league compared to the Premier League, because in the Championship everybody's just fighting each other because everybody want to get promoted to play in the Premier League. So it takes more to you, and the fact that he plays so much seasons and games in the Championship, that's to show that he have a lot of consistency. He's more experienced and he's been around the block for a while in a first team, so he will understand what it's like week in, week out, and what is, you know, required of him. This season, Matty Cash has, you know, he played 21 games this season so far. He's been consistent for Aston Villa. Aston Villa is doing pretty good for a team that was almost relegated last season. But this season, they're up in the top half of the table. They're doing good, some very good performances. He has been solid on the right side defensively. I think he's good on the ball. He gives you a good crossing. How would he fit into Arsenal squad? He will fit into Arsenal squad very good. And it's easy to say any right back will fit into Arsenal squad because of what we have to deal with Bellerin, but that's just the case. You know, Jenkinson will probably fit good into Arsenal squad right now again, but I'm just messing around with that. But Matty Cash will be a very good replacement for Bellerin. I think he will come in. I think he will do a great job. As I said, you know, his strength is very attacking wise. He's more an attacking right back, but defensively he does his work. You know, if you was to look for a weakness in Matty Cash's game, you're not gonna find one that easy. You have to be super picky to say like what's his weakness, because his defensive awareness is so good, and then he get forward, he gets into attacking positions and give you good crosses. So you can't argue for much. How much will Matty Cash cost for Arsenal? You would say Arsenal can probably put 20 mil on the table for him. And I feel like a deal might be considered there. 20-25 mil, we should be able to get him. We can sell Bellerin for that amount, and we can just use that money towards getting him. He would improve our squad so much. So that's the second player on my list, people. Let me know what you think about it. Matty Cash, I think he's a well-rounded player defensively, offensively, and he will help our squad a lot. The third player on the list, the final player, is Max Aarons of Norwich. And I like Max Aarons. Very good player. He played last season in the Premier League with Norwich before they got relegated, and he played 36 games, you know. Max Aarons is 21 years old. What can I say about him? Very good attacking player. He is a very good attacking player. He dribbles. One thing I like about the way he plays, not afraid to take players on one-on-one. He's going to dribble up to you and he's going to take you on. That's one thing I've seen in this game. He's played about 35 games this season so far in the Championship. I think he's been doing pretty good ever since he came onto the scene. You know, like even in the Premier League, he was putting in some very good performances, and he's hot on the, you know, a lot of these top clubs are in for him. You know, they say Manchester United was in for him. I don't see that happening with Wan-Bissaka there. You know, it don't make sense. I don't see him going knowing that he gonna have Wan-Bissaka in front of him. But hey, it's Manchester United. We never know what will happen. The Devils. But Bayern Munich also interested in him. I think Bayern Munich wanted Serginho Dest, but he went on to Barcelona. So I think they're still going to probably look for like a right back, and I'm hearing that they're interested in Max Aarons, but no deal really took place yet, because over in Bayern Munich they got what's his name, Schule, whatever you call him, the centre back. He's playing more right back now, so I'm sure they're going to be in hard for a right back. Can Arsenal get Max Aarons? Arsenal can get anybody if they're determined enough to do it. How much will it cost? I feel like on this list, Max Aarons is the most expensive player on this list. Norwich is going to probably ask about 30-35 mil for him, maybe even 40. Young player, very good. English to that. Come on, they're going to ask for a lot of money. So Arsenal would probably have to put a higher bid. I don't feel like 20 mil is going to get Max Aarons. You have to put something like 30 mil on the table for Max Aarons. Is it worth it? Definitely worth it. He's still young. Even if you come in and have a rough time, give him some time, he'll catch himself. You know, he have a experienced right back with Cedric, you know, ahead of him, to work along with him. Cedric is experienced. We cannot take that away from him. He played for Portugal. I think he won the was it the Euros? The Euros with Portugal when they won it. You know, he's an experienced player. So Max Aarons would learn a lot from him. I would like to see this deal happen. You know, Max Aarons have a lot of good strengths. You know, dribbling wise, crossing, his speed, his work rate. You know, he would improve the squad. As I said, any player will probably improve the squad at right back because of what we have to deal with Bellerin, but cannot take that away from Max Aarons. He's a very good player, young talent, one for the future. So what's his weakness? You cannot really find any weakness in anybody have weakness in the moment, but if you were to look at the way he play and say, yo, you know, I'm gonna find out what's his weakness, it's gonna be hard to find one because he's a young player. He have very good work rate, so he's gonna work hard defensively and offensively. I think he does good with his tackles. His recovery is very good also. So people, that's just my take on Max Aarons. You guys can let me know in the comments what you think about this. Which player would you like to see Arsenal use to replace Hector Bellerin? If I was to pick one of these players, would I go with Lamptey? Not really. He's not that experienced, kind of injury prone, and the Arsenal players just tend to get injured a lot. Partey never really got injured at Atletico Madrid. He comes into Arsenal, picks up a lot of injuries. So I wouldn't really want that, but if he can be fit, he will be a good shot. But for me, if I was to choose one, you're talking like Max Aarons. I can see Max Aarons being a very good player coming into Arsenal. I would like Max Aarons to be the one. In all reality, realistically, you're looking at Lamptey. Arsenal will probably be a much cheaper option. Arsenal can go in for him. He'll be happy to join Arsenal, I'm sure. Or maybe Matty Cash. You know, I feel like Matty Cash or Lamptey will be much easier to get rather than a Max Aarons. So realistically, you're looking at Lamptey and Max Aarons. For me, I would like Max. I mean, realistically, you're looking at Matty Cash and Tariq Lamptey. Arsenally, because the way Arsenal do things, you know, you just never know. Arsenal will mess around and go back and sign Jenkins, and you know, that's just how I look at it. But I can see any one of these guys coming in and being a very good replacement for Bellerin. So people, let me know in the comments what you think. Which one of these guys you would like to join Arsenal? People, please leave it down in the comments. Thanks for watching. It's your boy Nesta. I'm out.